Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another ultimate review. Today I'm going to give you the most in-depth review of the KiwiEars Cadenza in-ear monitors. But before we begin, if you do enjoy watching my videos, please remember to smash that like button. It really helps my channel grow. Subscribe if you haven't already, and do check out the link of this product in the description below if you want to learn more about KiwiEars. Alright, so with that said, let's begin. Now the KiwiEars Cadenza comes in a very simple packaging, and inside the box you get the user manual, 9 pairs of ear tips, the 2-pin connector cables for the in-ear monitors which end in a 3.5mm L-shaped jack, and of course the KiwiEars Cadenza in-ear monitors themselves. Now, in terms of features, the KiwiEars Cadenza houses a 10mm beryllium coated driver. Now in terms of the build quality, well, this is made of medical grade resin. It's very comfortable to hold. It's got a very nice smooth finish, no jagged edges, and the look is so unique, especially when light hits it at particular angles. Now talking about comfort, well, I've worn these for hours on end listening to music, and they are so comfortable. They don't feel ear heavy at all. They don't fatigue your ears. The fit is beautiful, and their passive noise isolation is also very good, provided you use the right sized ear tip. Now these in-ear monitors don't come with any sort of microphone or control, so whatever control you have to do, or when you take calls, you'll have to do that from the phone itself. Alright, so with the look and the feel and the features out of the way, let's get into the main criteria, which is the audio quality. Now, if you're an existing viewer, you know that I always judge sound based on how any of these in-ear monitors produces the 3 main frequencies that broadly make up any sound that you hear: the highs, the mids, and the lows. Highs where the really sharp sounding instruments are, or the treble; mids where the vocals are; and the low end, or the bass. Now, before I give you the breakdown, all I want to say is that if I had to sum up in one word the audio quality or the audio experience of the KiwiEars Cadenza, it would be sweet. And it's because all these 3 frequencies that I'm going to talk about now, each of these hit the sweet spot. So starting off with the highs, this is an area of frequency where if an in-ear monitor or any speaker or earbud get it wrong, you're not going to use it, because highs, if they're too sharp, if they have sibilance, they're going to fatigue your ears really fast, and you're not going to want to use them any further. But the KiwiEars Cadenza absolutely hits the sweet spot. The highs are rendered beautifully. There was excellent separation between the mids and the low end, and the highs, they were beautifully separated. Every instrument in that higher frequency, in the treble range, was beautifully rendered. You could make out every instrument, and they had no over sharpening. Sounded very natural and just was such a treat to listen to. Now talking about the mid frequencies where the vocals are, again, the vocals sounded beautiful. There was excellent separation from the highs and the lows. The vocals maintained their natural warmth, the natural tonality. They weren't artificially sharpened where they sounded hollow or superficially bright. They were just beautifully rendered, and every song that I heard was just a treat to listen to. And finally we come to the low end, or the bass response. Now, any earphone or in-ear monitor that cannot produce a good amount of bass is going to take away a lot from your music listening experience. But the KiwiEars Cadenza, like I said, hits the sweet spot. It's not going to be exaggerated like a bass head would want, but it's got a very tight, round, undistorted and rich bass response where you can even make out the sub-lows. It's even got the rumble when you need it to, but it's not exaggerated where you're going to feel like it's eating up the vocals or the higher frequencies. It had excellent separation, zero distortion even on max volume, sounded very rich, thick, and had the right amount of punch. So whatever music you're going to listen to, whatever genre you're listening to, it's going to sound beautiful. So guys, all in all, I've been absolutely super impressed by the audio quality of the KiwiEars Cadenza. Now, one thing I have to say that these in-ear monitors have an impedance of 32 ohms. You don't really need a DAC or a digital to audio converter to power these, because your phone has a DAC that's powerful enough to push out enough volume. But I found that instead of using the phone's inbuilt DAC, which are usually very cheap DACs which don't do a good job, I used a portable 3.5mm to USB-C DAC. I'll link one in the description below, you can check that out. So that just gives it that extra push. It gives an extra push to the volume and all the 3 frequencies that these in-ear monitors can produce. It gives them that support so it can produce it at its full capacity. You don't need to get this DAC, but if you do, it's just going to sound that much more better and it's going to sound that much more rich. So I recommend that you get it, but it's just optional. I'm not going to force you to get it. I have compared these to other in-ear monitors as well, especially the KZ Zedison Pro X. Now, the reason I would pick this over that, the KZ Zedison Pro X, is because the Zedison Pro X is meant for someone who wants that exaggerated bass response. Now, that is a great in-ear monitor in itself. The KZ Zedison Pro X, I swear by it. Its volume, its sheer power, and the bass response is phenomenal. But at the same time, for a first-time listener who would pick up the KZ Zedison Pro X, they're gonna find that the highs are gonna be a bit too sharp. It's gonna be a little unpleasant when you start off. I think it's got a bit too much of an exaggerated high and low. And that is enjoyable and it depends on the user. But if you're starting off and want something that has a perfect balance of the highs, the mids, and the lows and gives you a very rich and pleasant experience, then I highly recommend that you do check out the KiwiEars Cadenza. And obviously, I will link this in the description below so you can check it out from there. So guys, thank you so much for stopping by. If you have any other questions regarding these in-ear monitors, do let me know in the comments below. Like I said, please smash the like button. It really helps my channel grow. Share this video with your friends and family. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I'll catch you guys very soon in the next one. Cheers.